Do you have a Viair compressor and you're tired of getting under the hood to hook these gator clips up to your battery? Well, I'm going to show you how to switch these gator clips out for a 7-pin trailer plug. Hey everyone, Chris from Full-Time Thriving Adventures. Today I'm going to show you how to convert your Viair compressor from gator clips to a 7-pin trailer plug. Here is what you'll need. Your Viair compressor, a 7-pin to 2-pin SAE trailer plug, a 10-gauge SAE to SAE extension cable, 4 10-gauge self-soldering wire connectors, and 4 3/8-inch heat shrink tubing, some wire cutters and strippers, and a heat source. First thing is cut the gator clip wires 10 to 12 inches back from the clips. This will allow you to reuse the clips to give you 2 options to power your compressor. Next, take your extension cable and cut it in half. You will use 1/2 to connect to the compressor and 1/2 to connect to the gator clips. Once you have cut all the wires, strip all ends of the wires to expose the wiring. Now that all ends are stripped, let's start with connecting the extension cable to the compressor. If you didn't mark the positive wire on the compressor before cutting off the gator clips, don't fear. Find the inline fuse of the compressor and follow that to the end. That will be your positive wire from the compressor. Now take 2 of the shrink tubing and slide them over the 2 compressor wires. You need to have these in place before you start connecting wires. Next, connect the positive wire coming from the compressor to the positive wire for the extension cable using the self-soldering wire connectors. Make sure both wires cross each other in the middle of the connector so the solder will melt over both wires. Now heat the connector until the solder melts and the plastic of the connector shrinks around the wires. You can give a slight tug to make sure everything is secure. Now slide the shrink tubing over the wire connector and apply heat to the tubing. This will provide more protection from the elements for the connection and provide some more rigidity. Now let's repeat the same steps for the negative wire coming from the compressor to the negative wire on our cable extension. Make sure both wires cross each other in the middle of the connector so the solder will melt over both wires. Now heat the connector until the solder melts and the plastic of the connector shrinks around the wires. Now slide the shrink tubing over the wire connector and apply heat. Again, this will provide more protection from the elements for the connection and provide some more rigidity. This is what it should look like when completed. Now repeat the same process to connect the gator clips to the extension cable. This is what it should look like when completed. With all wires now reconnected, you now have 2 options to power your compressor. Your primary connection to power your compressor can now be a 7-pin trailer plug. This is a much easier way to power your compressor, and there is no more getting under the hood to connect the gator clips to the battery. If a 7-pin connection is not available, you still have another option. By reusing the gator clips, you can still hook up to a battery as a secondary option to power your compressor. This completes our conversion. So as you can see, a little bit of work up front will make it easier and more convenient to use your Viair compressor in the future. I'll put the links to everything you will need for this conversion in the description section. If you like this video, give us that thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and click that bell to get notifications for future videos. And remember, it's all about the adventure, and we'll see you on the road.